The ARP protocol. Recalling from our previous task that devices can have two identifiers, a MAC address and an IP address. The ARP protocol, or Address Resolution Protocol for short, I think we will need this, so I will just copy it from here, is the technology that is responsible for allowing devices to identify themselves on a network. Simply, the ARP protocol allows the device to associate its MAC address with an IP address on the network. Each device on the network will keep a log of the MAC address associated with the other device. When devices wishes to communicate with another, they will send a broadcast to the entire network searching for the specific device. Devices can use the ARP protocol to find the MAC address and therefore the physical identifier of a device for communication. How does the ARP protocol work? Each device within a network has a ledger to store information on, which is called a cache. In the context of the ARP protocol, this cache stores the identifiers of other devices on the network. In order to map these two identifiers together, the IP and the MAC, the ARP protocol sends two types of messages: ARP request and ARP reply. When an ARP request is sent, a message is broadcasted to every other device found on a network by the device, asking whether or not the device's MAC address matches the request IP address. If the device does have the request IP address, the reply is returned to the initial device to acknowledge this. The initial device will now remember this and store it within its cache. ARP entry. The process is illustrated below. We make a request from our PC. This is our MAC address, and we request the destination, who has the IP address as the following, and we search it. We send it to every device on a network. We find it, and then we send it back. So ARP request, ARP reply. As I told you, the questions: what does ARP stand for? Address Resolution Protocol. What category of ARP packet asks a device whether or not it has a specific IP address? Here you can see the ARP request. All right, so without the ARP keyword, what address is used as a physical identifier for a device on a network? The MAC address. There are two, right? As a physical identifier for a device on a network. MAC address, IP and MAC. But yes, the again here keywords physical. We can actually have it on our imprinted by the, as we learned already, imprinted by the manufacturer of the NIC card, network interface card, right? We have the physical MAC address. What address is used as a logical identifier? Now this is the IP address. right? So here we have the physical identifier and a logical identifier.